Wes had a mental breakdown and he had to leave.
A week of not sleeping and not eating breaks you down even without death threats. Because I can't trust anyone around me. I just couldn't trust anyone after going through that. Pretty serious emotional crisis. And I just wish I knew what was real and what wasn't real and who was real and who wasn't.
Are you still in therapy?
And I feel good. My brain, though, isn't what it used to be.
Like memory or...
Memory. You know, I wish he'd have hired a private detective to figure out who was mind-fucking me. But I think I was already pretty nuts by that point. And you think, well, how could you trust these I am cult people?
Someone reached out to you who was going through a similar experience as what happened to you. Hello, Desiree.
Because when all this went down, I basically went into recluse mode. Didn't talk to hardly anybody. Same thing with Occupy, psychological warfare. And Wes was being triggered into all kinds of things.
My brain just couldn't take it anymore. Once you get spun up like that, it can take a long time to see reality again, like a really long time.
Encircling of people to control and manipulate them as a bear hug, how and why they can harm people. Part of the side effects of this bear hug is you can't figure a way out.
You know, I don't know about you, Desiree, but my brain starts to fall down that hole.
Other than Wes, have you met anyone that has similar experiences that you two had?
All the time.
Really?
Yes. They're activists and they're saying the pressures of activism are leading me into feeling suicidal or things like that. Didn't want to get emotional in this interview. But a lot of people kill themselves. Put you in a place where you lose it.
Are there specific people that you know were operators and purposely infiltrating your life?
We had cultists called Plandemic. Cultists who were bear hugging everybody.
People in the I Am cult.
I think you don't understand how dense it was at Standing Rock with I Am people. I was definitely bear hugged by I Am and recruited. Occupy, totally infiltrated by I Am. The same people that Mickey was with in Standing Rock were the same people that infiltrated Occupy. It's the woman, Lisa Clappier.
Hello, I'm Lisa. So we're in the middle of basically a ceremony, birthing. And if you want to see how goddesses care for one another,
on humanity's greatness is witnessed within the Occupy movement.
The thing about I Am is that they don't wear any real banners that say where I am. In Wintu Territory, Mount Shasta, California.
The I Am cult has long been associated with the far right. QAnon is a false pro-Trump conspiracy theory that popped up on 4chan in October 2017. The QAnon post promised followers that they were on the verge of what they called the Great Awakening. Also implicated in the operation were a group of former intelligence officers and a gang of online trolls. This network included Lisa Clappier, who has long promoted her belief in the I Am movement. In reality, QAnon was more likely a psychological operation or a psyop, the purpose of which is not to inform, but rather to manipulate. Within days of its first appearance, QAnon was the most highly promoted hashtag on Twitter by Russian state-backed accounts. Basically WikiLeaks, but for lies. QAnon pusher Robert David Steele.
There's an article in the Financial Times that names this woman Lisa Clappier. She's founded Occupy as well. Across Occupy to the UN and all these other weird things she placed herself next to Standing Rock, blah, 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 QAnon, at or near the nucleus.
Lisa Clappier has also made appearances on the Young Turks, where she has pushed narratives in line with Russian propaganda.
So when an issue comes up like this, I go straight to the source, and I spent an hour talking to somebody from Russia this morning who's a friend, and I know him.
And my own past reporting has led me to Lisa Clappier. In 2020, I wrote an article connecting a man named Thomas Schoenberger to QAnon. Thomas, who goes by the moniker Saint Germain and has pushed I Am Cult related content, has worked with Lisa for over 10 years.
Most important concept to talk about, period, and that is ascension.
This is part of the news cycle. This is part of the news cycle where everybody, the Great Awakening is underway. I'm talking about all the Satanism and Luciferianism, all the banking cartels are involved in, and all that whole mess.
And part of the awakening process is to realize that we're part of the Godhead.
He also seems to have embraced the I Am Cult. To illustrate this, we're going to play 2 clips. The woman's voice belongs to Elizabeth Clare Prophet, leader of the I Am splinter group, the Church Universal Triumphant, and is from a 1984 sermon. The man's voice is Michael Flynn from 2021.
Mighty I am present. I am here, O God, and I am the instrument of those sevenfold rays and archangels.
We are your instrument of those sevenfold rays and all your archangels.
Here I am, so help me God, in the name of Archangel Michael and his legions. I am freeborn, and I shall remain freeborn.
We are freeborn.
And there is one who embodies that flame of freedom and that awareness of God as freedom, and his name is Saint Germain.
There's an entire architecture out there to subvert you, subvert your organization, and essentially destroy you. But part of it is just recognizing the reality of what's happening in our world.